Hello all and welcome to the next video here in the Onion Man's Rooftop Two-Headed Cow Caravan of Treasure, sometimes barter. Streak continues. And it is the next episode of a game show. What kind of show? A game show. Why? Couldn't think of a more clever name. And we're taking a look at our next kind of video game garage sale hunt finds. These are all from my town where I live. And yeah, did some garage sale hunting a couple of weeks ago. Came out with a few games here. And we'll take a look. Original Xbox and PS2. Again, he had some other stuff, some 360 stuff, some PS3 stuff. That was really about it. A lot of CDs, like actual music CDs. Didn't find any of those I wanted. Don't get me wrong, I'm not adverse to buying some CDs, but didn't see anything there. But he had these. Picked them up. A lot of them were kind of, I'm just going to say now, they were all cheap. One of these is not a cheap game. The other ones I'm not sure about, but I know one of these in particular is not a cheap game, and this guy was getting rid of games for $5 a piece, and when I noticed that he had this game, and it's one I've mentioned in the past that I needed to get again, immediately jumped on it, and that one game I think covers all of these, so I'm good. And yeah, and I'm just going to start with that game too. We have Jam Vendetta. A while back on a different game show episode, I opened up out of an order online Jam Vendetta Fight for New York, one of my holy grail games that I wanted again. I love the Jam Vendetta games. EA Sports big. Yeah. Also, just fair warning, everything in here is a sports game or some form of a sports game. Sounds weird, I know, but it's what I found. But look at this. DMX, Ludacris, Method Man, NORE, Redman, Scarface, WC, and more. I think Snoop Dogg is in this game, right? I know he's in the sequel. Anyway, yeah, Def Jam. So when I got that game, I mentioned how I love the Def Jam games. Now I needed to go back and find the original one. Well, here we go. Love it. Love it. Yeah, this game, not the easiest to find. Like I said, in decent shape, I think, paying $5 for this is amazing, because I think in decent shape, this covers the other, 6 games or whatever? 7 games? So, yeah. Next one up. Kind of keeping in with the rapping theme here. 50 Cent Bulletproof. This is a wacky-ass game, but I love it. I played 50 Cent Bulletproof a lot back in the day. There was like a good month when this game came out. Like that whole month, I just played nothing but this game. I love it. It's got him. It's got Dr. Dre. You got Eminem. A lot of the G-Unit guys are in this. Lloyd Banks. Yeah. I don't know. I like 50 Cent Bulletproof, so it is what it is. Yeah. I've never played the sequel, and I'm still looking for it. Blood in the Sand or whatever. Never played it, still looking for it. Harder to find than this one, so way harder to find. It's kind of pricey. Next, we got a couple of wrestling games. Again, I had at one point like every wrestling game all the way up until like SmackDown versus Raw 2009-ish. Because I remember playing 2009 and then kind of giving up on wrestling games. Up until more recently, I'll get one like every couple of years, because especially with 2K taking over WWE games, I feel like there's a lot of just rehash and not a lot of innovation like you used to get back in the THQ days. But I think I picked up WWE 2K17. And I bought the collector's edition because it came with a Finn Balor statue and an autograph of Shinsuke Nakamura. That was like the only reason I bought that. Maybe. And I bought the new one, 2K23 or whatever. I've enjoyed it. I think they made a lot of improvements. I heard horrible things about 2K20. Like horrible, dreaded things. Or was it 2K21? Whichever one it was, and they skipped a year, and now the new one's at 2K22. There you go, my bad. I got that one. And it's been fun. I've enjoyed it, so yeah. But we got Just Bring It. This is the last one in the SmackDown series I needed. I showed off the PS1 SmackDown and SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. No, not Know Your Role. What was it? Yeah, Know Your Role. And then we have SmackDown Just Bring It. We already got SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. And I have SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. So that finishes out the SmackDown series. And then I have versus Raw. And then versus Raw 2005, 6, 7, and I believe 8. So that kind of rounds out my SmackDown series of games to where I kind of stopped. I remember this one being my least favorite one, and I don't know why. I remember playing a lot of SmackDown 1 on the PS1, SmackDown 2 on the PS1, Shut Your Mouth. I probably played Here Comes the Pain more than any of the other ones. For whatever reason, I don't remember a lot about this one. I remember playing it a lot, but I don't know. There's just something about it that I think was kind of my least interesting one, probably. Another WWE game. One that I know is not good, but I remember it as a kid, and I went and I picked it up. WWE Crush Hour. This is basically WWE's and THQ's knockoff Twisted Metal game. Look at this cover. Look how horrible this is. You got like this CGI video game Rock and Rob Van Dam on a quad bike back there, a four-wheeler and ATV. That would have been, well, no. Austin is in like the truck, the black truck. He could have done either one. He should have had switchable vehicles. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Like, I remember you'd blow up an opponent and they'd say their little catchphrase and all kinds of dumb stuff. I don't know why. I saw it and I just nostalgia goggles kicked in. He actually had a lot of the SmackDown games. He had he did not have Here Comes the Pain. Otherwise, I probably would have bought it regardless of price because that game's just hard to find in general. Broken case, but oh well. Next up, we have Xbox. These are original Xbox games. All 4 are sports games, so I'll go through them real quick here. The first one, in one of my more recent, I think it might have been the last video or the one before that, I talked about picking up Madden 08 on the 360 and how Madden 08 on the original Xbox to me was kind of the last great Madden. Well, there it is. He had it. He had a lot of Maddens. I think he had all the way up to Madden 13, which is Calvin Johnson on the cover. That's the newest one I saw that he had. Or I shouldn't say newest, latest. So I know that's almost 10 years ago at this point, but still, like, he had like most of the Maddens. It was pretty interesting from like PS1 onward, and this is the only one I picked up. No, I didn't. I picked up another one. I just saw it over here in the pile. I forgot. But yeah, Madden 08. So, in my opinion, this exact version here, Xbox, Madden 08, last great Madden. Next up, we have Madden 2005, the proverbial beginning of the end of Madden. I know Madden 08's great, but this is the game where Madden took over as the exclusive, leader. Because right before this was a different game in 2K5, and then after this it became all Madden. Madden 06 there was nobody else except for EA. So while a great game, I think Madden 2005 is an excellent game. It's a good Madden. It's also kind of like, sucks that it's kind of like the beginning of what would later become the downfall because of EA. Ray Lewis on the cover. Vince Young, dude. Like Vince Young. Like, that's trippy to see. And then, there we go. Just talked about it. ESPN NFL 2K5. Again, in one of the previous videos, I talked about all football 2K8 or whatever with the Legends. This is the last 2K game to have NFL teams and players. And it's a fantastic game. This is probably... It's loads better than Madden 2005. I know Madden 2005 introduced a lot of cool stuff. You got the hit stick and the more in-depth franchise mode and stuff like that. This is a masterpiece of a football game, though. Yeah. Terrell Owens with the Eagles, man. Remember him and Donovan McNabb, got into a public beef? While they were both with the Eagles. And last one. A sports game, but more of a different kind of sports game. I picked up NFL Head Coach. Now, I played Head Coach when they put a year on it. Was like Head Coach '09, and they had Tony Dungy on the cover. I've never played this one. I've heard this one's way better. It's funny because this is apparently like the ultimate, I guess if you want to say like a GM mode or whatever. Like, I've heard people say this is the absolute best like football management sim you can find. Short of like some of those ones they make on PC and stuff. But yeah, something that like was its own game at one point, you know, and they can't even put it in a Madden these days. So kind of fascinating. Is that Marv Lewis? Hold on here. Yo, I think that's supposed to be Marv Lewis. Yeah, kind of cool. I'm interested to try it out. I don't remember much of the 2009 one, so that'll be kind of interesting to see. But that's it. Yeah, almost caught up. Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay. There we go. Thumbnail. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I only got one more left in terms of video games that I found at garage sales. I have the one I mentioned in the previous one, the big Lubbock garage sale find. It's a lot of games and a couple, or not a couple, mainly one big Holy Grail item. So there's a backstory to it too. I've been looking for this game for years, and I already own multiple copies of it because of how I was looking for it. So that'll be interesting to kind of check out. Ooh, as my voice just goes there, interesting to kind of check out. But that's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You do not have to if you don't want to, but I always appreciate anybody who does. And I'll catch y'all in the next episode of A Game Show.